guys, it's Rick. Welcome to the HDVIBE channel. If you'd like to see more tips, tricks, rides, reviews, installs on Harley Davidson touring motorcycles, as well as information about motorcycles and the motorcycle community, please hit that subscribe button. And when you do subscribe, please leave a comment down below saying I subscribe so I can personally reach out and thank you for supporting the channel. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon and select all so you do get notified every time I do put out new content. So as you can see, guys, today I'm sitting in front of the 2021 CVO Street Glide. And what I want to talk about today is the 5 things that I really dislike with the bike after having owned it for about 2 months now. And we'll get into it right after this. So that's right, guys, there are really 5 things that I've come to really dislike on this motorcycle. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot to really like and enjoy on this bike, but there's really 5 things that I've come to really dislike and things that I'll probably be changing out in the not too distant future. So number 1, and not unlike most of these touring motorcycles, is the suspension. Even on this CVO, which is very expensive bike, and those that buy these know the suspension, I've adjusted it according to the owner's manual for my weight and riding style, and it's just not comfortable. I hit bumps on the highway, and especially when I'm going to Gateway Harley Davidson where I'm going to be teaching classes. There is one portion of that highway I hit a bump and it literally shoots me out of the seat. Number 2 is the seat. You'll see here, I do not have the stock seat on here any longer. I've already changed it out. The stock CVO seat, everybody, it looks great. It's all leather. It's really cool, 2-piece. You can run it as a 1-up or a 2-up, but it's not comfortable. It's just the typical Harley Davidson foam stuff seat, and it just doesn't work. I felt like I was sitting on the screws of the seat. I had to change it out to the Saddlemen Slim RP. I actually bought this originally for the Road Glide Special, but when I swapped all the bikes out, I had the San Diego Customs Pro Series that I put on the Road Glide, and then I switched this to the CVO, and I have another option that I'm looking at that I'll probably do a video on the future once that gets here. So the third thing is that windshield right up there. That wind splitter, again, it's an upgraded windshield over your stock windshields on your street glides. But what I've found at above 50 miles an hour is I get wind coming in on the sides. And what that does is it makes my head go like this. And so I'm getting wind buffeting. And what I've come to sort of figure out just by trial and error ever riding this is the way this scoops in, it blocks wind about this wide, but you get out a little wider, which is where my helmet is, and it makes my helmet go like this. So I will have a future video on a couple Memphis Shades options. I have the 4.5 spoiler and the 6.5 spoiler, and we're going to try those out and see, and I believe it will fix this wind buffeting issue on this Street Glide. Number 4, this heavy breather. Looks really cool, but functionally, I mean, for the engine it functions well, gets a lot of air in there, but for rider comfort, it is not great. If I were sitting on this bike and had to put the brake on, my shin hits this breather every time, and I feel like I have to work my leg under, which to me is kind of a safety issue, not only a comfort issue, but it's harder for me to kind of get my leg up under there so I can get my foot up on this brake pedal. And I use my rear and front brakes every time I stop. So it's not like I don't do this many times per ride. And I'll probably be changing that out to more of a ventilator style, similar to what comes on the Road Glide Street Glide Specials, so that it kind of flattens that out. And a YouTube friend of mine, Fly and Ride 15, he has a 2020 CVO Street Glide. It had this, and he also changed it out for a lot of the same reasons. So great for the engine, gets a lot of air in, but not great comfort for the rider. Number 5, the 5th thing that I wish was upgraded is the LED lights on this. So from a headlight perspective, it has the adaptive daymaker. I'm completely comfortable with that. But the turn signals and the rear lighting and turn signals on this, albeit they're LEDs, certainly an upgrade over your specials and all of the other models in the touring line for the most part. It's not incandescent bulbs, which is awesome, but these lights up in the front especially, they're just not bright. They're certainly not up to custom dynamic standards. In the rear, those are just not bright. So I'll be changing those out to some custom dynamics, so stay tuned for some of those videos upcoming. But from my perspective, these front turn signals should be white running and amber turn. The back turn signals should be brighter. And as a matter of fact, I've actually already added on the low profile custom dynamic bag lights on this. I'll put a link to a video on how to install that, but I'll be showing you that sort of in a future video. But I just didn't feel safe from the rear. I also put the magic strobe on this as well, so they do get strobing patterns. So don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about the bike. This bike is beautiful. The 117 engine is awesome, and I really, really enjoy riding this bike, but those are the 5 things that I really have come to dislike. And I wish Harley Davidson would address some of these. I think it's the same challenges that a lot of the touring bike owners have with these bikes. You know, suspension, seats, turn signals, windscreens. It's basic stuff, in my opinion, that needs to be addressed, especially when you're spending this kind of money on these touring bikes. So that's my thought, guys. If you like this type of content, again, please make sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Share this with your friends. I really appreciate the channel's growing, so the more we can kind of get this content out there, I appreciate it. If you have any comments about your thoughts on this, and it could be a CVO or even your Street Glide, Road Glide, leave it down in the comment section below and get the conversation started. So with that, I want to leave you with this. Life is short, get out and ride the bike. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.